Hello, Secret Joseph here because for some reason the normal tablet we use to connect this show and get it running is not working. So I'm just kind of doing some tech support as I try to get the stream going. So today we're actually building the Arctic Explorer set. It's got baby polar bears and stuff, that kind of dealio stuff. And hopefully we'll have another angle of it as the computer that I normally stream off of, it's connected to the same internet that you're currently getting this streamed from. But for some reason it says there's no internet, which is weird, right? That's a little odd. So I'm just trying to get it up and running. Okay, let's find out. I restarted it. That normally tends to help with most things. Wild. It still says there's no internet. Okay, now we're good. Now we're in, I guess. Gotta love tech support stuff, right? Like, why couldn't it just work the first time when I turned it on? The secret to that is because fuck me. That's why. Okay, we've got it up and running. It's gonna enter the studio. There'll be probably a little bit of an audio. And then we're gonna add it to the stage. Now its camera doesn't work. Isn't that cool? Okay. There we go. We're set. Let's get this in the tripod. That's fun. I've never had that happen before. Whoop. I also failed to put the tripod properly on. Okay. We're set. Quick build after dark is on an angle right now. Let's get not on an angle. Beautiful. Look at that. Here we are. Welcome to Quick Build After Dark again. I hope. I hope I'm getting audio. That'd be fun if I wasn't. Okay. Let's hope that means we got audio. Yes. Booyah. Okay. Here we go. Let's get some shit out of the way. And I'm going to pull up the bag. So this has actually been the first time we got polar bears for quite a while. And in this one, we got babies. Baby polar bears. Or as I've been told, they are called cubs. And luckily, they're in the first bag. So, the reason I bought the set in the first bag, after that, we can call it a day. So I have polar bear facts for everybody. Did you know that polar bears are not very good bicycle riders? Yeah. And also, did you know that the average polar bear cannot do taxes? I know. Such interesting facts. Okay, I will give some actual facts about polar bears. So polar bears can only be found in the North Pole. No penguins. And penguins can only be found in the South Pole. No polar bears. So it's very rare that a polar bear would eat a penguin. But I tell you what, I would love to see it happen. Like, let's get on that. Can we get, Werner Herzog to grab us a penguin and a polar bear, put them together and see what happens? I would really like to see that happen. And Werner Herzog can be like, this deranged penguin. Sorry, I didn't get the accent right that time. Close boots. I need you to close your boots and your motorcycle. Well, apparently we just had a connection error. Isn't that awesome? Don't you guys love connection errors? Oh, boy. Give me 1 second. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, I think it's just one of those guys. It's one of those episodes where we're just going to have issues the whole time, I guess. So I want to see, Werner Herzog show up and go, I would like to see the baby. And then he's like, you see the penguin, this the polar bear. And they will fight to the death. I don't know what accent I'm trying to do, but it's definitely not Werner Herzog today. I think I need a little more booze until I start being confident enough to do like really bad impressions of people. I should put up the rules and stuff. Oh, another polar bear fact. They're white. Polar bears, little known fact, they are indeed white. Oh, let me get my hat on. So the secret word today is going to be one of the creatures that you can find in the North Pole. It is not going to be polar bear. I'm going to say that first. It will not be penguin, as aforementioned. As mentioned before, there are no penguins in the North Pole. Allegedly, we don't actually know. Do you believe scientists? Have you checked yourself? No, let's not fucking get into that shit again. I think the whole world is sick of people going, but should we believe the scientists? I think we're all kind of sick of that. But I don't believe in the North Pole. I also don't believe in the moon. That's the wild thing when people go, oh, the moon landing was fake, and I stop and go, I don't even believe the moon exists. It's fake. But like I said, the mystery word today, or if you make a donation to Creations for Charity, obviously Creations for Charity donations are always good to go. We would love to get another donation. I know BrickCon in Seattle actually donated $12,000, which is fucking awesome. That's a crazy good donation. We're already up to 18 grand as a charity, so that means most coordinators will be receiving the same amount that we receive pretty much every year, and we even have more coordinators. Isn't that awesome? Or if you guess the mystery word, I'll roll the dice and I'll do one of those horrible things. Yeah. We're gonna keep eating flour because who fucking cares? If I die eating flour on this live stream, I feel like that's a good death. That's a good way to die, you know? Eating flour. I'm gonna die the way I lived, eating a spoonful of fucking flour. God damn. So these Arctic sets are really fun, and the reason why I probably buy so many Arctic sets is because I love the color orange. You know, you give me orange, and I fucking go ham on that shit. I am all about the orange. Give me orange pieces, Lego. Come on. Orange is an underserved color in Lego, so I will always be bitching about it because, like, if you go through the numbers of how many parts exist in other colors, pretty much everything. And in orange, fuck all and nothing. Because orange sucks, apparently. The Lego group decided a long time ago that orange was not a good color, and they're done with it. No orange. Although in recent years, they have been a lot better about it. Blah, 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 blah. I know. I'll be nice to the Lego group today. You know, those Lego groups in Denmark. You gotta be nice to them every once in a while. Because the Lego group kind of pisses me off quite often. Not as often legally as they used to, but definitely little things that tick me off about them. Or just the fact that, like, I don't know, Canada feels kind of underserved sometimes when it comes to Lego. But there's a lot of other countries where people get grossly underserved in comparison. So this is a cool little thing. There is a very pretty rock that looks to be a dual mold, and then when you put a green crystal inside it, it's actually made of blue crystal, so it's the meth rock. It's a really cool new rock piece. It's very similar to the old rock piece. I almost wonder if it would be able to connect to an old rock piece, which is pretty clever for Lego to keep that very weird rock connection going. I feel like it's one of those connections that were eventually, I guess hopefully it will no longer exist. But it's like this weird kind of sealable little crate thing. The old rocks have the same kind of deal.
Really weird.
Hit the wrong button. It's a really weird little piece. But, you know, weird connections. There's a lot of older weird connections. I'm just shocked that one like that is still getting used. So now it looks like I'm building ice flow. That's how you can tell this is a Lego set. Because the ice caps have not melted here. Wild. That's how you know this is a work of fiction. There's still ice caps for these polar bears to stand in. And it looks like for some reason there's fish just lying on the surface of the water. We don't know what happened to these fish. They just do that. But I guess the polar bears are trying to catch the fish. which I don't even know enough about polar bears to tell you if that's accurate. Do polar bears hunt for fish? I thought they just ate like seals and shit. There's another Lego set with seals and shit too. There's a big seal and a baby seal. Looks like Lego's making really good effort to give us like baby animals next to adult animals. I guess they kind of know that, you know, people want baby animals. Let's be real. These Lego collectors, they're in it for one thing, and it's fucking disgusting. It's baby animals. They want to eat them. Oh shit, it actually connects to the ice rock. Wow. Okay, well, there's the polar bear part of the build. I think we're done here. Thanks, everybody. Okay, no. I will continue building just for all of you, for your joy. And also, I'm going to quickly go back and figure out where I missed pieces, because, like, that's a little embarrassing. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I missed it on the camera. There's actually a really nice camera piece. They keep using the bucket as a lens, which, honestly, I think looks really good. It's something that you would never expect a bucket to be useful for, but in this case, lo and behold, the bucket is useful as a camera. So let's quickly show off the bucket camera. Oh, look at that beautiful lens. That's a big lens. Great for looking at polar bears. Okay, let's go to bag 2. We've got a dude with a fucking, like, furry collar on. He's the guy who planned the expedition. He's the Werner Herzog. Some people did say that when the set was announced, he looked a lot like a famous explorer who went to to the South Pole. So that doesn't really make sense because, you know, polar bears, North Pole. South Pole penguins, North Pole polar bears. Great, we got that covered again. So yeah, now I'm kind of confused. But apparently he does look like a famous explorer. Hopefully it's an Arctic explorer and not a Antarctic explorer. Because then that would be a little confusing. Come on, Lego, get your facts straight. Got polar bears, gotta be south. I mean north. Fuck, I already messed it up. I also love some city sets because everybody's legs are the same piece. They're like, you'll be fine. They're all Arctic people. They're gonna be wearing orange pants. Fur coat guy has fur on his coat, and then an extra fur coat on his coat's fur. So let's just show a little shot of that guy. Look at that beautiful neck piece. Sometimes you can see this being used as a bird's nest, which is pretty sweet. I really like it for that. I know the Bugle has it like that. It's pretty great. Another polar bear fact. Did you know that polar bears are not very good at painting? That's because they do not have opposable thumbs. That's the only reason. Oh, we're once again sponsored by Cutwater Tequila Water. Tequila margarita water. Cutwater. The smooth drinking taste. Got twice the alcohol for half the price. That really should be their slogan. And then just don't mention the taste. Just say, look, it's got a lot of alcohol. It's cheap. And then they would go, so like there's a lot of alcohol. It's really cheap. And you go, so what does it taste like? And they go, don't worry about that. Or, you know, this isn't for tasting. This is for drinking. And as I always tell people, it's like this is half a bottle of wine. And in Canada, you can get it for $3.50, which is really fucking dirt cheap. You know, if you wanted to become a veteran alcoholic, this is a cheap way to do it. Very acidic, though. A smooth drinking taste. God, those are disgusting. But, like I said, fucking cheap. And if you guys know anything about me, I have to save my money somewhere to buy all this fucking Lego. We actually have a very wide angle today. You can see Maul and Grievous in the corner. And also you can see the really, really weirdly expensive thing that I own because it's a sealed original boba from Kenner. And it's one of those things where, like, I don't know enough about them to try to sell it. I think I had it on eBay a while ago. It didn't really sell. Somebody messaged me and was like, oh, these get faked a lot. So I was like, okay, I'll just keep it. I don't know if it's real or anything. I like Boba Fett. I'll keep an original sealed Kenner Boba Fett. I also have an original sealed Han Solo Kenner over there. But he has a normal size head. Apparently there's a bigger sized head one that's like all the rage, worth a lot more money. But I don't got that. Just one of those other stupid things I own. was fantastic. I think I'm actually supposed to tell my wife something. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm very... Oh, what the fuck is this? Sorry. Confused. There you go. I sent the reminder. It's Nicole's aunt really wanted to watch, and then she was going to donate money so that I drink a lot. So that could be a really funny episode in the future. You know, because the show is terrible if I don't drink a lot. Also, definitely the show is a lot better when I drink versus, you know, like eat an edible. Legal in Canada. Don't worry about it. Because last week I was at Legoland Discovery Center and it was the adult night. It's a really important event for Torlug. It was really fun to be at. And I had a little bit of an edible from another member. And oh boy, I'll tell you what. I got real stoned. It was very funny. Okay. It was really funny because people were definitely trying to have normal conversations with me, and I was like, okay, you're gonna have to go a little slower for me. Like one of our recent members, Simon, who actually used to work at the Lego store. I don't know if I should have said his name. For legal reasons, just pretend I beeped out that name. Was talking to me, and I was like it was a good conversation, but I was way too stoned, and I was just really needed to get out of the conversation. So at one point I try to like start walking away. I'm like, oh great, yeah, we'll catch up later, man. And then he like pulls me back into the conversation. And like we were having a good talk, so it was fine. But I was so stoned that I was like, please stop talking to me. But yeah, he's a good guy. I need to actually see what he's up to. I feel like we'd actually get along as people. Like sometimes in Lego groups, there's people that you get along when you're talking about Lego. But then there's other people that like you can get along outside of Lego, which is really nice and really like hard to find at times. So when you find them, cherish them, hold on to them. Get dressed a hero. Brush your teeth a hero. But yeah, that's some random advice I have for other Lego people out there. I don't have any mock advice this week because I've been doing a lot of mocks recently, but I've been doing a lot of mocks that don't get shared just because they haven't been like good quality. And I think I said this last week where like a really good point of mocking is when you understand that like not every mock is display level. There are definitely some mocks that you build, you look at it and you go, yeah, maybe not. Or, you know, you bring it to one event, you see how it works. And if like nobody's getting it, you're not getting good reactions, and you already know it wasn't that great of a mock, then you know that's just a good sign. In general, though, I think the recent mock of the Ghost Duet that you can actually see on our Instagram, you know, quickbuildbricks.com/Instagram. I got a lot of legacy links. I set up so many when I set up the site the first time. Like, I don't think you can even add them anymore because it's really weird because QuickBuild is actually hosted on a Tumblr site. And it's just because I pay $13 a year to host QuickBuild. Like, that's it. The whole website runs that way. And it's just like basically on a legacy link of Tumblr. I know I'm a little cheap with it, but it's on a legacy link of Tumblr. So I set up a ton of these redirects a long time ago. And now you can't add anymore. So I'm kind of like really hoping they don't add more social medias in the future. We had a Twitter link that doesn't really get used anymore because I don't really bother posting on Twitter anymore. There's some weird stuff with the guy who runs that site, so I kind of just stopped posting. Which is weird because I think actually our Twitter had more followers than our Instagram. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of these treads, and there's no way. You guys are just going to have to sit there and listen to me count them because I'm never going to get this right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 tread. 14 treads. 15. Sorry. 16. 17. Nope. 18. Oh my god, I can't do these. 19. Christ, I am so bad at this. 20, 21, and 22. Okay, now I just gotta replicate that. So let's do that joke again. Why not? 1 tank tread. 2 tank treads. By the way, if you have never seen, there's a video on YouTube called The Censored Count. And it's, the Count from Sesame Street. But they bleep out every time he says count. So at one point he's literally like, I fuck the spiders on the wall. But it's bleeped. And it's really fucking funny. So check that out if you can, Redirect you to a better video than me counting fucking tank treads. I feel like there are definitely a lot of things in Lego sets where you just gotta stop and count it because, there's no fucking way I could do this while talking. Luckily, though, once you do one, then you just match them both up beside each other, and then you don't really have to worry about that. Honestly, this is a really big Arctic set, considering I got it for 2 polar bear babies and 1 big polar bear. I already have a polar bear somewhere, but I need the babies. And the stupid thing is, I bet you can get them on bricks and pieces. I bet you could just go and hop on, grab the little babies. I'm probably going to buy that boat for the orca. I'm pretty sure you can just get the orca on bricks and pieces. But I am not smart anymore. And the thing is, I do love orange. I want to get all the Arctic sets. I'll probably end up gutting them and using the parts to build other things. Just because resaleability on city sets is kind of low. Maybe these will get a little expensive because they'll be like, ooh, you can get the polar bear with it. There you go. Now I got treads. It's actually really clever. They put a rubber tire in the middle so that the treads will roll on pretty much any surface. I know in the past, if you tried to run them on this table, you wouldn't get much traction. But in this case, there's one little tire in the middle and the treads. I feel like I want to do a dumb photo shoot when it starts snowing and just using my fucking Arctic shit in the snow. I think that'd be really funny. I saw somebody who took their UCS AT-AT out in the snow and I was like, that is... I'm not ballsy enough to do that because I have knocked over that UCS AT-AT 4 or 5 times. That at this point I'm kind of scared to touch it or go near it or even take in what it is. So... I wouldn't take it in the snow. But this kind of set, totally could take this in the snow. You get a really sweet photo shoot going. As long as the legs aren't in your figures, because that can actually crack your figures' torsos if the legs are in when it rapidly changes temperature. I feel so bad. A couple years ago, I had somebody bring some Lego sets over for me to look at. And I think he literally brought them out into the cold to bring them to my house. And then I was looking and I'm like, all these torsos are cracked. I can't do anything with any of this shit. And I'm pretty sure they all cracked as he brought them to my house. So I feel a little bad about that, but yeah, I probably should have warned the guy. So I think I've built a little snowplow. Woo! So pretty. Look at that snowplow. And then we got some orange in the back because, it's an Arctic set. The thing needs to be orange. Looks like they're mixing a bit of medium azure with the orange, which honestly I think is a really good idea. They really offset each other nicely. I think before in the past they were orange and white, which, you're already building so much snow. More white on stuff would be a little bit of a pain. So I think they've moved to a lot more medium azure, but they're also still using the white. Just keep it classic. Keep it classic. Move to bag number 3. Also, I have to note that this is a weirdly small... Oh, there's 2 books. There's one for the little, vehicle and one for the base. Ooh. So fancy. It looks like I said, there's literally the medium azure, orange, and white are kind of the main colors. which is awesome because, you know, in the past Meeting Magic didn't exist. Maybe they used blue. I don't remember. The first like Arctic theme I think came out in like 1999 or 2000. And it's a pretty sweet theme. I think I own quite a bit of it. There's another polar bear piece that's 2 studs wide from it, which, you know, I really love the new 4 stud wide polar bears that they've been using for a few years, but that classic polar bear really fucking slapped. Because it just like it fit in the style of older Lego. Now we're moving into like animals are a little more accurate looking, which means they're losing a bit of the charm and the stylization, but you know, you gotta take what you can when you do. And I feel like for Lego, it's probably really challenging to decide when it's time to make something more realistic versus when it's time to leave something where it is. And recently they went and made like those 2 X-Wing helmets, but then those Rebel helmets just couldn't fit in snow speeders properly. And they would have had to completely change the way snow speeders work. So those helmets are already gone. But they were fucking awesome. They're dual molded helmets. I think there's a Luke Skywalker. Obviously, you need the Red 5 helmet. And then there's a, I don't think it's Dak. It's Biggs Dark Lighter. That's a sweet helmet. And it's funny because they were using the same helmet since 1999 when they made that swap. And I'm like really happy with that helmet. But I was also kind of like, oh, the original one's perfect. Why would you ever change it? And they're already back to it. So, yeah, I guess that worked out for me. So city sets are always interesting because they never do anything that crazy. Yet they teach you such good fundamentals of just like the more basic building that you can do with Lego, where not everything needs to be this overcomplicated contraption. You can kind of just build a car sometimes. And I always kind of love that if you see a good enough mock where, like if somebody built a city and almost every single part is their original stuff, there's not really a lot of sets in there, that's always really cool. But I think a lot of mock builders are a little sassy with the people who just bring sets. Like, bring a set. If you love it, you're willing to display a set, and you're like, look, this little scene I made with this all together. Like, fuck yeah, do it up. There's definitely some members of other lugs that I see just like bringing sets places, and you know, that's fine. That's a place to start, I guess. I mean, get on your mocks a little faster, but like, take your time, have fun, bring your dinosaurs places. I know there's a member of another lug. I'm not going to name the lug or the person, but they're like a pretty old dude who just got into Lego one day. And like they started off just displaying a ton of sets. And I saw a ton of their sets displayed, but you can already tell like the mocks are starting. And that's super fun. But I do remember that myself and another person I'm not going to name, but they are on Lego Masters Season 4, were kind of making fun of the guy because he walked up and he's like, oh, that's my Black Panther over there. And it was like just the set of Black Panther. I kind of feel bad for that, but like, we all start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere with your mocks. It's fine to start with bringing a fucking set somewhere. Like, that's totally chill. Have fun. Because when it comes down to it, Lego's just for everybody. You don't have to be a certain skill level or anything. Just get into it, have some fun. I mean, it's what I do here. And like, I buy so many stupid sets just to build on this show, because otherwise I would run out of sets to build. Like, you'd be surprised. I can build very, very fast, and while talking, I kind of get distracted and build more, or you know, sometimes less. So I have to really stay on top of sets that I buy so that Quick Build After Dark has enough sets. So I guess we'll do exactly what we want with this toy. And yeah, people shouldn't try to take that from you. Fuck that. I will aggressively support people in the stupid fucking community. All those idiots out there, I'll support you. Oh my god, I can't build this. But city sets, like I said, are a really good kind of entrance to, I don't know, build a little truck. Wait, another way to, if you really want to get into mocking, recolor a set. Figure out what pieces you have to recolor a set on hand. You can order pieces to replace certain things. Like, that's fun too. But a lot of like my early building was make something purple. Find all of your purple pieces and very cleverly use those purple pieces to make a purple people eater thing. Sorry, I almost gagged. Oh, 1 second. Technical difficulties incoming. Actually, I don't know how to mute the other one. Oh, I Oh yeah, we're back. Sorry, I just had to cough a lung out a little right there. Yeah, recoloring a mock though, that's a great way to get started on shit. Just take an existing Lego set, make it a different color. Like with this one, we've got the orange and the medium azure and all that shit. See if you can go and take that and make it red. And then you just put one of these in red on a table, and people don't care if it's a set anymore. If it's a different color, it's kind of fun. And this one actually gets a little interesting. I wonder, do you need rear view mirrors in the Arctic? Like, how many people are you gonna have to check your blind spot on? It's weird, right? But this is a really, really awesome little simple build of just that curved piece is added over top with just a very easy snot connection. Look at that. Super easy. Boom. Got a crazy different little thing without much effort. Ooh, now the tools. Oh, wait, I got to put it on the thing. And then my least favorite thing in Lego sets is when they're just like, oh, throw a bunch of tools in a bucket, because I know I'm going to lose half those tools in that fucking bucket. Like, come on, guys. Oh, it's interesting. They have a medium azure like warning print here. And that's printed too. So that's pretty neat. Pretty cool shit, right? Oh, and there's 2 of them. I wonder why they didn't just do it in yellow, but I guess keep it consistent with the rest of the set. It does look really fun and really cute. So I guess that's why they would have done that. I always like when they use an existing print on something else. Medium azure is fucking Sean's favorite. Look at Sean out there thinking about medium azure. Always thinking about it. Putting people on the fucking moon with the azure. Ah, oh no, I'm losing pieces. There's a little crane. Wow, it's so cute. Look at this little crane. Wow. Okay, get that shit out of the way. Let's move on to the next bag. Ooh, there's an underwater sub too. Cute jellyfish in there. I would be careful though. If I just buy every set in a theme, it gets really out of hand really quickly. It's really embarrassing. And like Arctic is, I'm all about, but there's a lot of like exploration shit in there, like the sea and stuff. I don't want that. I want the Arctic or Antarctic. I want cold. Now I'm gonna building a research base. Ooh, so much orange. Fucking, did I mention that I love orange? My dudes, everybody out there, orange, great color. Underserved by Lego. Lego, give us more orange. I'd make everything orange. I want to just one day just do a mock of just orange. Everything orange. No thinking, orange. I never know. Those, like, I'm not the biggest fan of just like a monochrome build. But maybe I should stop being a little baby and just build one myself. Ah, we got the researcher. You know we're going to build something cool because she's not wearing cold weather shit. She's in the base not being cold. I wonder how they heat shit in the Arctic. Like, probably just gas generators. Probably Could you use solar panels? Solar panel? I can't fucking speak today. Shit. You probably just use like solar panels in the Arctic. That's not in the Arctic though, because there are definitely times when it's just dark all day long, I believe. I don't know. For being a Canadian, it's surprising that I have not been that far up north. I think like the furthest north I've been is like northern Quebec. And that doesn't really get you too far up there. I'd love to visit somewhere like Churchill, Manitoba, where they got a shit ton of polar bears. That'd be fucking sweet. I want to see a polar bear. Like, from a safe distance. I was talking about this with somebody else earlier this week, where I was like, look, if there's a big fucking animal, I want to be like, it's in a cage, or I'm far away from it. I'm not going to be one of those people trying to take a selfie with a fucking bear or any shit like that. Like, there's a video you can see of a dude climbing into a panda's enclosure and getting mauled, but like it doesn't even seem that violent. It seems like the panda's almost trying to cuddle him. It's really fucking wild. And like the guy's fighting for his life, and this panda looks like it's just like, oh, you're a human. How's it going, bud? And just trying to like cuddle. Ooh, Sean went to a Iqaluit. It was beautifully bleak. Settle down, Robert. Frost gonna tell me about the fucking road less traveled or some shit. Fucking poet over here. It's beautifully bleak. Honestly, I want to hear Donald Trump read Robert Frost poems. Imagine him just be like, it's a road less traveled. I don't know. I can't do impressions this week. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be the best road that anybody's ever seen. Okay, that wasn't actually that bad. I heard earlier this week that if you want to be president, you need to have a weird voice. That's the secret. Every president that's ever been elected has a weird voice. None of them talk normal. Because like Obama does that whole like, I believe that the American people, I believe in them. No, wait, I moved. See, I can't do impressions this week, guys. Fuck. But like that guy talked really like staccato, like, I am talking now. The next word I say is important, and I'm saying it. Yeah, you gotta get like that thing down, and then you gotta get the voice down, which not this week. Sorry, everybody. The road to nowhere is where Sean was. Shut the fuck up, you fucking poet. Fucking road less traveled shit. You actually got to see the Frost, not just the Robert Frost. Yeah, it's I'm still weirdly sick, and I've had a long day, so that's my energy level is bleak. It's beautifully bleak, as Sean would call it. That's Sean McLeod of the bricks in Halifax, Halifax Brick Co. I don't actually know if that's a real thing. HFX Bricks or whatever. Not Play More Bricks, which is a great business name. You know, not another type of play, which, you know, could possibly get you a lawsuit from the Lego group down the road. But that's none of my business. Oh, build two of these. I'm building some little beds. I love building little beds because everybody builds a little bed a little different in every Lego set. So this one is a very cute little Secret Joseph. It's just an ingot piece. It is HFX bricks, guys. That's Halifax bricks. You know what I love on laptops? When you're into a stream about, you know, like 40 minutes and you get a welcome to Google Drive thing that pops up right in front of your main fucking camera and then gives you a, are you sure you want to close it? Oh, I love it. Technical stuff. Super fun. A lot of this stream could only happen with the great work that Bleep does. You know, the company that I pay to run these streams. These motherfuckers. I complain because, like, I don't know, they're kind of expensive to just like put it on multiple services, and it's like, why is this so pricey to do? But like, if you pay more, you can get rid of the branding. Whoa, fuck. I hate modern capitalism. Some days, like that kind of shit is so common now. Do you want to like hide the fact that you used another service to do this? And everybody's always like, yeah, obviously I want to fucking hide that. And then they go, more money, and you go, nah, it's fine. Everybody can know, and they'll know that it's shitty enough that they make you show the branding in the corner. That being said, I think StreamYard, I bleep Yard works pretty well for what it is. And if you were to look into streaming, I feel like it's a very good option. Because like I can have multiple people on this. When Sean was on that episode that one time, like he was in Halifax on the show. That's fucking cool. Technology's wild. Because I remember literally like maybe only even 4 years ago, this kind of shit would have been really hard to do. Like even streaming in general, like just a few years ago, streaming in general, fucking garbage. There's nobody out there helping you with it. It was just like, figure it out. It's funny too, because like back in the day, I used to record a lot more. Like I recorded some video game footage, had a really nice capture card for it, really put the work in, and then it like didn't end up really being a thing. But that kind of shit was even hard to do. You had to buy like a $200 capture card. And now you can just install something on your computer that works well enough to just record whatever the fuck your computer is doing. So an HDMI in from a console would even work on any computer. So just like little tiny technological advances like that when it comes to this bullshit, fucking awesome. But BleepYard does a pretty good job of just like, here's your bullshit, get it done. And they sponsor almost every streamer by just having their logo there. Kind of clever. They weren't fucking assholes. I don't know anything about them. I just consider any big enough company, I'm like, fuck them. I hope they all die. No. Nah, I'm just being goofy. I'm being a big ol' silly goose. Man, this thing is really cute. Still building little base. Look at that. There's a laptop in the back. There's like a battery here. Fucking sweet. Like I said, city sets are really good for just being a simple little build. Like, they get a lot done without really getting too complicated. It's not like Speed Champions, where, as always, I have nothing but the highest praise for Speed Champion sets because they're fucking insane. Like, those are just insane sets. I don't know how people can build like that. Like, as a mock, maybe not like that insanely impressive, but as an actual Lego set you can buy, Speed Champions are insane. Like I don't know what's going on with Speed Champions, but solid builds. So if you've never had a Speed Champion set before, I would very much encourage you to go and grab one, build one. If you just want mindless, easy builds, Lego City is where it's at. Like, you can't do better than Lego City. Ooh, there's a lab sticker. Let's get this stuck. Beautiful. Then we've got one more bag left. Isn't that exciting? Turns out, on this kind of day, I can actually get a full $100 set built during the stream. Which is funny, I was so worried I was going to be low energy just because, like, I've had a long day, I'm really tired. But this has not been bad, everybody. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have too. Oh, orange. So much orange. It's funny too, because last year I was building a different mock. It was the No Time to Talk, There's Spooky Shit to Do. And I like was scraping the bottle on the I can't speak. I was scraping the bottom of the barrel to just find like any curved orange pieces I had just kicking around. And I ended up just ripping up like 3 different Sebulba's Pod Racer. Which, like, I had way too many of that set just kicking around, so it was about that time for them to get fucked up. And it had those good, like, they're 1x4 piece with a curve on it. Like, I don't know how to describe what I'm talking about, but they're a great piece. And if you use enough of them, you can totally make a pumpkin. Cool, that was a cool story. Should I tell it again, everybody? Let's start again. Okay, so I ripped up some Sebulba's Pod. So I'm building supports right now. I always love when Lego just hits you with like just make 4 of this. Like, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to be complicated. Slap 4 of those bitches together. You're good. Have fun. In this case, we're building supports. And it's really clever because earlier in the build, they used these little pieces, which they're 2x2 brick with axles on each side. As you see, there's an axle clicked in there. And because of that, it means that there is a Technic axle hole in the bottom. So you can build those supports. So that's pretty clever because that's a very strong way to get an axle facing down in a build. Like I said, it's City. They're very simple, but they're very fun. And they'll teach you so much about like some of just the basics of you need this for strength, but it's not that complicated to add that into a build. Then when you get into like real strength, it gets a little crazier, but as far as everything sits, there's some little basics you can do to add in some strength. Throw an axle in there. It's all good. Beautiful. So I was really excited too when I saw this set announced because they used the new Range Rover mud flap, which is this goofy little piece. See, that's a big brick piece. There's 2 of them. And it was the mud flap on that Range Rover that came out, which I actually didn't ever buy. And it just clips on the side here. And look at that. So it goes from that, pretty ugly, to you clip that piece on. Those lines all line up. Creates a really cool window. Really nice, really simple. Like I said, not complicated, but very fun. Very interesting little use of specific things that lead to a fun build. And that's basically what City is at this point. But if you do really want some buildings, go for modulars. They get a little crazier. It's basically like City, but more fun and silly. More fun and just super, super silly. And then on top there, you splatter pieces to look like snow. Toss that in there. Look at that. Splattery. Blah. And that actually holds the roof together, but looks like snow. Or in my case, it kind of looks like jizz. It kind of looks like somebody just jizzed on this roof. But, you know, Lego City, that's up to you. You do you. You know, get at it, bro. Get all the Jizzy Maguire out while you can. Now I'm just building a light on the roof. Pretty simple, but fun. Voila. Oh, and I was literally talking about like, oh, what would you use to power these bases? As I install some solar panels on the roof. Which is kind of funny because I was at the Lego store today. I definitely looked at the set and that did not like register in my head. That like obviously the solar panels on the roof are what powers this fucking thing. And it looks like you can put a round piece next to one of the splatter pieces. So if you see there's a round piece and then a splatter piece goes a bit into the other side there. Ain't that pretty? Look at that fucking base. And then it looks like you're going to be able to install some shit on the back of it. Let's get at it. Let's get at it, everybody. There's a propeller, I guess. Maybe it's a wind turbine to collect power as well. So you have a wind turbine and you have solar panels. That's pretty neat. Definitely a pretty neat little feature to get there. I guess maybe it's part of like an education factor to Lego where you want to show like, this is how it's powered. Look at all this power. Now I'm building the little pathway in. If you tell anybody that I put the pathway there, I'll find you. It looks like the pathway also doubles as something that can be towed by the other little thing in the set. That's a really cute little feature to add in. To make them like actually connect and work together. Pretty standard for these Lego sets, but it is still fun. Oh, I missed a piece somewhere. Missed a bunch of pieces. Let's not worry about it. Voila, Arctic set. Now we connect it. It's a pathway to walk up. Or it's also the tow line. Also didn't actually miss anything. They're saying to do it now. Which is wild, but okay. Dump that in there. I got an extra hair piece too for another guy. Just dump that in there. Beautiful. Now our little base is complete. Now the instructions show you can just attach it to the back. And this thing can whip it around. Woo! Arctic transport. Voila. And then we should get this chick inside because she is not dressed for winter. Probably freezing. Now, do you think somebody can stand up in here? She's really big hair. Let's see if it closes. It closes on the big hair. Wow. Then this little Cousteau-looking motherfucker is the driver. Let's get him in that driver's seat. Oh, great. He's got a coffee and everything. He's warm. Not like these peasants who are outside in their fucking snowshoes like a bunch of god darn nerds. Voila. Arctic set. Polar bears and polar bear babies. Sneezes. Forgot to cover my mouth. Hot. Well, it's my house. I can sneeze out loud as much as I want. It's a free country. Arctic/boost set combo. I don't even know what that is, Sean. I've just got my silly little Arctic set. You can see a murder happen. Oh, you actually can't see that low on the tape. The angle's a little high today. It's weird, right? Oh no. Let's cause another issue. Look, polar bears. These cute little polar bears are in mortal danger. Oh, they're dead. Somebody call PETA. I wish I still had like that childlike imagination where you would play with your Lego and do like little stories and talk and stuff. Obviously, I don't do that anymore, but like it's a little sad. Let's see what Sean is talking about. Let's present a oh shit. I gotta open the new tab. And then I gotta hit present. You just gotta share the screen. Gotta choose the tab. Okay. So what is Sean saying we should look up? 60194. Wow, let's look it up. What's funny is, Sean, I definitely own this set. Like, I definitely have this set up somewhere. Let's look up. No, boost. That's what we're looking. Bring your Lego City vehicle to life with boost. Oh, look at that. It does connect to the boost system. Fancy. Wow. Yeah, I definitely have the set kicking around somewhere. Had no idea that you can connect it to the boost sets. Wow. You know how old this link is because there's a link to the Hidden Side app. Yeah, it looks like this was a while ago. Pretty fucking neat, guys. This Ninjago boost. Wow, look at that. You can combine it with that dragon. Wow. Exciting stuff. You gotta do the Owen Wilson wow when you look at that. I had no idea that you could do that. What a fun fact. We're now the fun fact show. You guys want to know a fun fact about polar bears? Polar bears cannot build Lego sets. Another fun fact. Polar bears can go poop. Most things can poop, actually. That's another fun fact. Most animals poop. Except for owls. Owls do not have a butthole. They actually vomit stuff up. So they eat stuff and then they go, ha, ha, and then they vomit up the bones and stuff. It's pretty neat. Sean, you should definitely go and combine it with the Ninjago set. It looked like a thing of horrors. Like it looked like if you did that thing would be begging to die. Just like me. Hey, yo. Okay, well, it's been a wonderful quick build after dark this week. Technical difficulties aside, we built an Arctic set. We got baby polar bears. Werner Herzog showed up for about 2 seconds, obviously, because I couldn't do the voice properly. I will leave you with a beautiful, terrible Werner Herzog voice. Also, donate to Creations for Charity. It's great. Raising a ton of money. We're going to donate a ton of sets this year. It's going to be fucking awesome. Kids want Lego. Impoverished kids want Lego. There's a lot more impoverished kids this year because of inflation. Loving it. And I leave you with the Werner Herzog. This deranged penguin walks towards certain doom. I don't fucking... Bye, everybody.